What the fuck is going on, guys? I'm Ryan.
And I'm Kyle.
And this is the WTF Podcast, where we talk about anything we want. Pretty much anything we want. So what is up, Kyle? How are you?
Nothing much, Ryan. I actually, except for the fact that I just got back from doing a parade. It's sort of like a gig that I've been part of, yeah. I get money from it.
Alright, so you were telling me about this parade, but I never asked you about it. So, how was the parade? What'd you do? How did you do it?
So it was a Memorial Day parade, even though Memorial Day is like this Monday, but it was like an earlier, like Memorial Day parade. It was over in Saugus. You know where Saugus is?
Saugus, yep.
That's like outside.
It's in Boston, right?
Yeah, it's like outside of
Okay.
Boston. But it was nice. The call time was like 8 o'clock, eight in the morning, and yeah, so I was up.
So what time did you have to leave?
My house. I had
Yeah.
to leave at I left at 6:45.
6:45. So you woke up at what, 6:10 or something?
Oh yeah, I woke up pretty early. Yeah, 6:10. Yeah.
And yeah. So how was the parade? Like, what was there?
It was good. There was a good amount of people there. It was the length. It was like it was 1.5. It was almost 2 miles for marching.
Miles.
And then yeah, and then we went to the cemetery there, and I have a picture of it. Your listeners won't be able to see it, but I'll just show you this picture.
Okay. You got a whole lot of people. Two American flag posts there.
Yeah.
This was at a cemetery.
Yeah, this is at a cemetery.
I see.
And the funny thing is, it's like
It looks
blue sky.
beautiful out. Yeah.
But then it started to rain and slight drizzle. But I mean,
speaking of rain, we had a nor'easter not too long ago. Yesterday.
Yes, we did.
We had it yesterday, last night, right? No, it was It was Thursday.
It was 2 days ago or something.
Yeah, it was 2 days. Yeah, and it was just raining. It wasn't too bad rain. It was some rain, and got a little worse at night, and then it got badly at one point at night.
I thought I was gonna lose my power, but luckily I didn't. But
yeah, lightning was striking. It was right out. The second time it struck right near my backyard. It was loud as heck. Hell, fuck it. We're on a podcast. This is the What the Fuck podcast. This is. It was loud as hell, and
yeah. I remember you and I were on PlayStation, and then we saw, or I think I saw a burst of light out my window. I was like, was that just lightning? And then I heard later, boom, and I was like, you know what? I think we should get off. But
yeah, we made the safe call. We were playing a little PlayStation game, and we're just talking to the party, and and then we were just like, no, screw this. We're not gonna risk our power outage, and we just got off of that. But I have a topic I want to talk about.
What is it,
I
Ryan?
found this out recently. Well, I wasn't sure, but I was curious about it.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up how many dog breeds there are in general.
Okay.
All right. How many dog breeds do you think there are?
You know, I feel like there's a lot.
Okay.
But I don't know if I were to guess a number as to how many there are. I'd say I don't know, at least 100.
Okay. Well, triple that, because that's around 400 dog breeds.
Oh, okay.
400 dog breeds.
I got the 100 part right.
Yeah, you got 100 part right, but it was triple that. We'll quadruple
400.
400 different types of dog breeds.
Jesus.
And that begs the question of what's the difference between all of these certain dog breeds? I'm sure it's obviously looking and how they all look and stuff. Sorry. And what kind of dog do you have, Kyle? I know what you have, but I'm just saying.
To the listeners, I have a golden retriever. His name is Buddy. He is, I think, 11 years old. And I love him to death. I love Buddy. You have a dog.
I do have a dog, yep. I have a yellow Labrador Retriever. He is obese as hell. He is double his weight. Yellow Labs are supposed to be 70 pounds. He's about 135. He's fat, and it's getting pretty bad. We're going to have to take him on more walks. But no, I love Shay Shay. He's the best. He wouldn't harm a fly. Literally, he runs away from bugs. And but yeah, 400 dog breeds. And different ones do different things. I think the smaller dogs tend to. I think they were on ships back in the day, and they were meant to hunt rats and bite rats, and kill them off, so the ships didn't have any rat infestations or whatever.
Yeah.
And the bigger dogs, or the skinnier, taller ones, were meant for hunting. I think they sent them out to help hunt deer and bunny rabbits and all that stuff. Yeah. So I found that quite fascinating. The dogs we have family dogs. They just chill in our house and just love us and just chill.
But yeah, the big dogs, the big dogs mostly hunt, but you're not gonna have the small dogs do that, obviously. But
small dogs nowadays are just holdable dogs. You just hold them and you're like, this is my dog. His name is Bethany, or her name is Bethany.
Yeah, like chihuahuas and everything.
I hate chihuahuas. Yeah, I don't like chihuahuas. The ankle biters.
Okay, people, I think I said this to you before, but everyone says that pugs are adorable. I'm not one of those people.
You don't like pugs. I remember you saying, I don't mind pugs. They can be cute. I understand they have something wrong with them with their nose when they go they can't breathe that well, and they have breathing problems, but I think they're kind of cute. They can be cute. There are some ugly ones, I won't lie. I think there's ugly dogs out there. Obviously, everybody has different preferences. Bulldogs are...
I don't like bulldogs.
Bulldogs. I'm trying to think. Bulldog. I know what they are. Bulldog. I'm just going to look it up on my phone just to... Okay, yeah. Yeah, they're more of a scare away, get them out of here type of dog. They usually see them in certain neighborhoods when they're just right outside the fence and they're just barking at you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I thought they're always outdoors.
But the puppy ones are cute. I mean, all the puppies are usually cute. Look at them. But they can be gentle. I know they kind of look... They used the bulldog for one of the animation movies, right? Which one was it? Rio something? I think it was Rio. Yeah, he was in Rio.
I was gonna say The Secret Life of Pets. Remember that movie?
Oh yeah.
It was made by Illumination.
Yes. But then the bigger, puffier dogs. I think what are they called? I think Beethoven's. Beethoven was a movie. That was also
Beethoven.
But that dog.
Beethoven is a composer. I've never heard of a Beethoven movie. There probably is, but
Beethoven was about a big dog. I'm pretty sure. Something like that. Yeah, look up Beethoven. Yeah, I remember that was just a big dog. I don't know what those dogs are called. I could probably I think Kyle's looking it up right now.
What is a dog? Oh, this movie?
Yeah, Beethoven. Yeah, look at him.
1922. Damn.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I don't think I've ever heard this movie, actually.
Never heard of that movie.
No. That's a big dog, though.
Yeah, he is a big dog. He's a good dog.
But,
So, I was just curious about how many dog breeds there were, and then that's, kind of popped in my head. 400. Around 400. It's not exactly, but it's around 400, and they all have, different actions. I think the Doberman Pinscher?
No.
They kind of look, they have the Batman ears, almost. It's like a big... It's a big, tall, black dog.
Yeah.
And they kind of look like Batman. People dress them up as Batman. It's kind of funny. But all dogs, they're crazy. And there's hypergenic dogs too, right? Those are people that are allergic to dogs.
Yeah.
Oh man. Is that real? Is it different type of fur and hair? Or
it might be something in relation to the fur or the hair on the dog.
Mm-hmm.
It gets into people's noses and whatever and makes them
sneeze.
And they're allergic. But you and I are luckily not allergic one of those people.
Yeah, no.
But
you got something?
Yeah. Going to another topic. Let's get a little political here, man.
Political. All right, I'm all ears.
So I think you and I were talking about this throughout the course of this week, but I'm just going to talk about it right now. The former president of the United States.
The former president of the United States.
Joe Biden.
Yep. Sleepy Joe. Yep.
Yeah. I think it was revealed earlier this week. I think it had to be earlier this week, yeah. That he has, and I quote, an aggressive case of prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer.
Yeah. And usually it takes a long time for those things to develop.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're the media is just saying like, oh, he now has prostate cancer, and it's like, to some, it could come as a shock, but I feel like for you and I, Ryan, I feel like
he looked pretty bad. I mean, he was going downhill the whole time. They were just pumping him up with like drugs and such.
Right.
But yeah, no. When looking at him, he looks like he was gonna use one step in the grave. Yeah. And I mean, how do you just find out he has cancer? I feel like they do so much test.
Yeah.
And they would have known. They just never announced that he had cancer. So it's very believable.
The thing about that is that I feel like they did know that he has some sort of prostate cancer.
Yeah.
It's just that they didn't say it. They just kept it quiet. Because, that's what they do, like they're trying to prop him up as this guy, like, oh, he can go for 4... They were trying to make him go 4 more years, bro.
4 more... He would have... That would... I don't even know. He would have been a puppet at that... Yeah. I mean, he is a puppet, but been more of an actual puppet.
But I'm just gonna say, the second debate with him and Trump, not the first time, but the second time in 2024, that just, after that moment, it just pretty much proved to everyone that Biden can't do it.
Yeah, he's just not there.
And that's why they propped up his vice president, Kamala Harris, who I'm so glad that she's not the president. But
yeah, that would have been World War III if you ask me.
Pretty friggin' much, man.
But Joe Biden. There was so many memes of him falling on his bike, tripping up the stairs. He's just eating ice cream randomly.
That's my favorite one, the tripping up the stairs. I was like, well, who the hell trips upstairs, man?
You must be pretty clumsy to do that.
Yeah.
Must be pretty clumsy.
Clumsy, man.
Well, I have a topic that might keep us going for a little while.
Is that right?
Everybody knows it. Everybody's curious about it. Everybody has their takes on it. But me and you, we're going to talk about it. I think we've talked about it before, but we're going to go really into it here. We're going to talk about aliens, Bigfoot, mythologies, ghosts, all of the big things right here.
Oh, boy.
All of the big things. So, aliens, do you believe them, yes or no?
I do not.
How do you not believe in it? But the universe is so big. They say it keeps expanding, but I think it's just insanely huge. I don't think it's expanding. But aliens, it's just so likely that there is aliens. It's just so likely. There's no way. There's no way we're the only living creatures in the universe. There's no way. There's no possible way.
Well, actually, to that point, I was actually watching this show on the History Channel, I think a few days ago, of it was an alien channel or whatever, and there's an alien show, and they were showing footage of these guys, I think these army pilots, flying and surveying or whatever, and then they see these white bright well, not bright, but there's tiny circles on their monitors. At least they saw these I think 3 or 4, maybe 5 little white little circles just in the sky, and they were what is this? And they were I think they were Spanish army soldiers or whatever, and they saw some of that.
And this was on a show. How old's the show?
I forget. Well, I don't know how old the show is, but
okay.
And I forget what it was called, but
But you saw those. And
I saw those, and I'm just gonna be real. I was like, "There's no way that that's real," because
But I'm saying aliens are real because the universe is just so big for them not to be real. I mean, alien is considered living outside of planet Earth, pretty much. That's an alien, something that's not from Earth.
The only aliens that I believe in are illegal aliens that come over the border. that come over the border illegally, bro.
Yeah,
those are the only aliens. But aliens in outer space,
yes, UFO spaceships.
I don't know. I'd probably have to.
They probably don't have space. Maybe they do. I could definitely believe both. But I think the aliens I'm thinking of right now are aliens on different planets, far from where we can see right now. And probably years in the future, probably Elon Musk will help us out. Yeah, I think they're just so far out there, and they're probably living completely different lives. Obviously, they're probably defending themselves, eating their children. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. And also, can I just say, like, I feel like if they did have UFOs, I feel like our government, well,
they would hide it.
that, but I'm saying like they'd probably detect it. But yeah, again, they'd probably hide.
They don't want to cause panic.
Yeah.
Even though everybody kind of wants to know, are there aliens? Is it true or not? Just give us a yes or a no. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Just tell us. Even if you say no, we're still going to believe it. Just say yes so for confirmation so we can all be like, oh my God.
I still remember, I think when you and I were still in high school, there was like people going down to the Area 51. They were like, 50. Oh yeah, let's see them aliens. Remember that?
Yeah, it was that whole spiel of everybody camped outside Area 51 and they were charging in and oh my God.
But I think it was actually for like some concert that was performing there. Albeit there were some people that actually were on the border of Area 51. They did have security guards protecting them, but that was a weird time, man.
Yeah, and I think I saw a good amount of comments of, yeah, dude, I gotta find an alien girlfriend and all that, and I was like, what are you trying to do right now?
Yeah, like I saw like a couple of people wearing the costume of the dude, like being like holded by the alien.
Yeah, being like cradled.
Yeah, I saw some people wearing that there. But yeah, that was a weird time, bro.
Yeah, that was funny. But all right, so if you don't believe in aliens, okay, what about Bigfoot?
That, like,
is that more believable to you?
No, because like, I just feel like that's some guy in a suit, man. Like
I think Bigfoot was mistaken as like a gorilla or something. I don't think Bigfoot's real. He probably, I don't know. I think it's some sort of gorilla. I don't know. I think Bigfoot, and there's the stupid shows on Bigfoot. We found Bigfoot. It's like some random people in the woods and they're doing the Bigfoot call like, and then the other guy's like, did you hear that? Oh my God. And then like it's separate squad. It's so hilarious. I find that so funny because they're just activating each other from three different groups.
It's just entertainment. Like,
yeah. There's like, two guys go on their own, two other guys go on their own, and then one big dude that goes on his own. And he's the one that like trips and falls down the hill. It's funny. It's super funny.
And like all of the pictures of Bigfoot, they're like
edited.
You can't really see them, so like you kind of don't really know is it real or not. But I don't think it's real. I don't think Bigfoot is real.
You don't think Bigfoot's real? If he was real, we would have had 100% evidence of that right now. Unicorns, I don't believe. No. That's bullshit. Like, come on now. This unicorns, really? I mean,
same.
Narwhals, I didn't believe for a little while, but then I saw one and I was like,
you didn't believe that narwhals existed?
Years ago, I did not believe that narwhals were real, because a whale with a horn, really? I mean, I know there's a swordfish, but I think you're thinking of a swordfish. Yeah. But no, a whale has a narwhal. I don't know how many of those there are, but I was kind of mind blown. I was like, wait, those are real? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, narwhals.
That's pretty cool. And another thing, like speaking of like the sea and ocean and all that, we got like mythical mythologies of like sirens. And,
like mermaids?
Yeah, mermaids, sirens, kraken. Like, what do you think of those? Do you think any of those were real?
I personally just I don't believe most of them.
You don't believe all of
them? I just think that they were just stories to like scare people like back in the day.
They're probably on some sort of like what are those called? When you're on like a plant, herbs and
mushrooms.
Mushrooms, but that's not the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But it's some sort of natural drug.
Psychedelic?
Yes, maybe some psychedelic. But yeah, sirens, that must have been some sort of sound they heard in the ocean, and I don't know what makes you jump off the ocean. I know the sirens are supposed to call out to sailors and make them think they're beautiful, and then they come to them and then they die.
I only heard of like sirens from like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah.
That was it, but like...
the kraken, I feel like that was just a really big octopus. I think that was a mistakenly big octopus.
Yeah. Same thing with like a megalodon or something.
Megalodons were real though.
Were they really?
What do you mean? Were they? That's real. Megalodons are real.
You sure they're just not big sharks?
Megalodons are big sharks. Yeah. That's real. That's confirmed. Like that's a thing. Megalodons are real. Yes. That was years and years ago.
The Meg movies aren't just fiction after all.
The Meg movie is the Meg movie. That's just a movie. The Megalodon, they just made that movie thinking if Megalodons were still real. Megalodons are real. They just went extinct. They're not here anymore.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah, thank God. We would have gotten fucked. But yeah, no, people still think, oh, they're really in the depths of ocean, which, I mean, could be, but I doubt it. It's a very small chance. And yeah, we've only explored what, like
there's a whole bunch of stuff we don't know about our own ocean.
Yeah, and NASA stopped exploring the ocean. They went into space. They clearly saw something that we didn't want to know.
Yeah.
And
in the ocean?
Yeah, in the ocean. They were originally exploring the ocean, and then they stopped suddenly, and they wanted to get to space. That makes me think: is there something in the ocean that makes us want to leave?
I was gonna say like Atlantis, bro.
Atlantis, that's also a real, like, could be a real thing. I mean, there was something in I don't know where, Atlantis. That could be real. A city that was underwater at one point. I don't know. That could possibly be real.
I'm just thinking about like the people that recently. Well, this was like last year, right? Where they tried to go and find the Titanic, and like they got.
Oh yeah, the submarine. Are they making a Netflix documentary of that?
I don't know.
I think so. I think they might be doing that. Or that could have been a meme. I'm not sure.
I also remember like James Cameron literally saying like, "Yo, those guys are like stupid, bro." Says the guy that made like the Titanic movie. And I thought that was kind of funny.
That must have been kind of scary going in there, going in the submarine, and you're going to you've seen the Titanic, like, oh my God, this is super cool. This is history right here. It's slowly deteriorating. It's going to be gone in a couple 100 years or 50 years, maybe, right? That's going to be gone. Titanic's going to be gone, and you don't have any pictures of it. Oh no, we have pictures of it. But we don't have any pictures of it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Oh, God, but you have to go really deep underground. I think you have to go in a deprivation tank, don't you, or no?
Well, yeah, I don't really know specifics, but like
decompression tank. I mean.
Yeah, you're trapped in this metal fucking thing that's going down thousands, hundreds of thousands of feet below sea level, and I mean, shit, it's reminded me of what is it, like the Hold Your Breath movie?
Oh, Last Breath.
Last Breath.
I thought that movie was good. I
Breath.
remember you saying it felt like slow or whatever. It was, but that's kind of like.
Yeah, I know that's the point, but.
It's like rushing, like, is he still alive? What's happening? I'm not going to spoil the movie, but I think it was a.
It's based on a true story.
It is a true, based off a true story, and I think it was a interesting, cool movie. It was a scary tale kind of thing. Like, what if that happened to you? I mean, obviously, that'd be.
I would just probably, knowing me, I'd probably freaking die. Like, I wouldn't be like that guy.
No, yeah.
Who
the chances,
but just miraculously comes back from holding his breath.
And another thing was, do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts? Okay. I don't believe in aliens, Bigfoot, or any of this stuff like in the ocean. But for ghosts, I'll just say this about ghosts. I can like partially believe in ghosts. Just a little partially believe in ghosts.
Partially believe in ghosts. Yeah, I believe in ghosts.
Yeah, because think about, like, there have been. This is related to, like, but it's kind of related. But people being like possessed by things. Yeah. Like, for example, I was gonna say the Conjuring movies. Even though the Conjuring movies and all those other movies, those are based off of actual events. Like Ed and Lorraine Warren were actual people.
Yes. That
dealt with like people being possessed and like objects being possessed, like the fucking Annabelle doll.
Oh yeah.
But so that I can kind of believe.
Yeah, ghosts. I think ghosts are real.
Yeah.
And it's super scary. I mean, imagine going. Oh my God. I do believe they are real because there's just been so many events that people have claimed to witness, experience, and there's even, what are they called, mediums that they talk to ghosts.
Yeah. My mom actually met a medium.
She met a medium. Did she get anything from that?
I forget exactly what you said, but my mom has met a medium before. I forget when. It was a long time ago, but yeah, they're still around, right? Yeah,
mediums are still around.
You can still talk to a medium. Maybe I could talk.
My mom went to a thingy for that, but she wasn't spoken to personally. But she went to one of those. You see a medium, and then she points to a random person in the audience. It wasn't her, but yeah. And she told me a little bit about it, but I don't remember much.
They can like sense like things like in your future. Like I think my mom, when she met her medium, the medium was like, I sense like, I don't know, someone. She was able to. The medium was able to like know that my mom has this person that's like still alive, even though the two of them have never met a day in their lives. And like they can just like, I don't really know what they can feel, like they can
their presence.
Yeah,
Feel their presence.
Yeah.
And on a Ouija board, you can summon like a demonic demon ghost thing. God, I mean, there was when we went to Faneuil Hall, there was an Ouija board I could have bought, but I didn't buy. But no, yeah, I'm scared of the Ouija board. Not the board itself, but what it can do. I do believe it could summon ghosts.
I've actually kind of was like thinking about like long ago. I was like, maybe I want to try to get on a Ouija board just to see what it is. But like, you have to have like people, like other people, like doing it. I don't think you can do it just yourself, right?
You can. I think you can.
No, you can.
And people always claim, that guy's moving it. You could be moving it. It could not be real. I'm not sure, and I don't want to try it because ghosts are real. But I do like horror. I do like scary things. I like to be like kind of scared. Like, that got me. That was pretty good. But like stuff like that. If I had to go to a real haunted house and stay there for the night, I think I'd shit my pants.
Like we talk about like a lot about not recently, but like we've talked about like if we were to spend like what was it, a week in the Conjuring in the first house? Conjuring house.
Fuck
I
that!
Would not be able to do that.
Oh my god, I would
not be able to do.
I would not know where to shit, not know where to poop at all. That would I could not, you'd have to pay me so much money, and I don't even know if that'd be enough because I might not be alive.
And also like I don't know if I'd want to go to the actual like shop that Ed and Lorraine Warren have.
Yeah.
With like
something will follow you home.
With all like the knickknacks and dolls and
demonic
everything.
Possessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw that. They're actually coming up with the last movie, right? The Last Rites.
Last Rites.
Oh, that'll be hopefully really good. I'm gonna try to see that when that comes out.
Yeah, that's gonna
and
be awesome.
Speaking of movies, we're seeing a new movie tonight.
We are
Mission Impossible. We're gonna see that. That'll be.
So we got to get this episode out quick. But yeah, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. It was originally going to be Dead Reckoning Part 2, but they were like, you know what? We've made a good amount of these movies, even though I would argue that they should have ended at Fallout, Mission Impossible Fallout with Henry Cavill. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
That was a good movie. But yeah, Final Reckoning. Yeah, we're seeing that at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
In X Plus, not in Showcase or not.
No,
well, in
Showcase.
I meant to say IMAX. My fault. But yeah.
That'll hopefully be good, and that's the last Mission Impossible movie. Do you have another topic? Yeah, I told you that would eat up a lot of time with the
the ghost thing. But speak of like movies, earlier this week I saw, I think it was like Wednesday that I saw this, on X. It said it's something about the Toy Story 5 movie that's coming out.
There's another one of those coming out.
Unfortunately, yeah, but yeah.
Toy Story with like I don't remember seeing it, but it was like with the Fork and Woody and all that.
Yeah, that was Toy Story 4. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember anything from
Forky.
that.
I remember I saw that in theaters with my family, but
okay.
Toy Story 5, I saw that Conan O'Brien.
Who's that?
You don't know who Conan O'Brien is?
Oh, Conan O'Brien. I thought you said Corin.
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien, okay.
Conan O'Brien, former late night host, but now he's also a podcaster, I think.
He is?
Yeah. He's going to be in that movie, and he's going to be a character called Smarty Pants.
Smarty Pants.
I don't know what he looks like, but yeah, I just thought that caught my eye, and I thought that was like pretty interesting. But yeah, Toy Story 5.
Smarty Pants. I wonder, is that going to be a toy or
it probably is. I think it is going to be a toy.
Smarty Pants. It's probably some like book or something.
I don't know. I just remember in Toy Story 4 with Duke Kaboom. Remember that guy? Well, I don't know if you've ever seen.
Like I said, I don't remember like anything. I remember I seen the trailers for it, but I don't think I saw it.
But yeah, there's a character. I don't know if I gotta look him up here, but he's voiced this character named Duke Kaboom in Toy Story 4.
Wait, is he like the bike man?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I do remember. I think I may have seen Toy Story 4 then. He's like Duke Kaboom. He's like.
Yeah, he's voiced by Keanu Reeves.
Oh yes. Yep.
Keanu Reeves.
I have a thing to bring up. I mean, we have all noticed it, but just want to bring it up. What happened to us, like humans? Are we like de-evolving? Like our feet are like slowly coning in.
They're going in.
Yeah, and then
You're getting smaller.
yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but
Yeah,
we're
probably
only
not.
drinking like bottled water. We can't just drink from a lake anymore. We'll get like poisoned and shit.
Like all the bacteria in there.
All the bacteria. We're no longer like we can't do that. We can't just drink from a lake anymore. Like all the animals drink from a lake because they have the certain where they have.
This is where they belong. They
Yeah,
belong in nature.
They've never had drank bottled water, and yeah, I kind of find that crazy how we're just the same thing with food too. Like we can't just eat a raw deer. We gotta cook it up.
Yeah.
We gotta eat it and just eat it like that. And if we don't have it, we'll get parasites and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've noticed with the our foot like coning in, it's because we're wearing shoes all the time. We evolved into wearing shoes, so now our feet are more, for our shoes than they are just for walking out barefooted out in the wild.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy.
Like I remember, I know, like you've seen like those videos of like we were once in the water and then we were on land. We walked on all fours and then we, like those videos like time lapse videos of like
evolution.
Yeah.
Evolution chart.
I really wonder what. Yeah, I do kind of wonder what humans are gonna evolve into.
We're gonna get like really skinny and wear some space suits, and we're not. I don't know. We're gonna do some like weird shit. Do a lot of weird things, and I just found it weird how. Well, I mean, I've known about it, but I never really said it out. Yeah, we're just kind of de-evolving, but we're evolving into a different state.
And that also kind of reminds me of like I remember I saw this video about like men in like the men in the 1950s and 60s, like just men like back then, they had a lot more testosterone, and they were just like bulkier. They were like men, but today's men.
Teenagers back then looked a lot older than teenagers now. We look like babies in comparison.
I mean, you should see like the people, the generation like underneath us.
Or,
oh my God.
And I just found that. When you said like humans coming from out of the water into the 4 feet and whatever.
Yeah.
We kind of still have something with the water. If we're in the water for too long, our hands kind of shrivel up, so we kind of like grip better.
Yeah.
So you can, have a better control. Even though if you're in the ocean, you're not really going to be gripping anything. You're going to be gripping the waves coming at you.
Yeah.
But if you're in like a pool, yeah, you can hold on to the sides a little easier and whatnot.
But yeah, I mostly drink like, water from like plastic bottles and stuff like.
Yeah,
and that's what we all pretty much do. But like, I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know what to say,
but we're just getting more and more. I mean, yeah, they're making even chemicals that you can put in like bacterial water that you can just drink it. You can just drink it afterwards.
Yeah, and there's also like my family has a water filter, this like big like water filter thing.
Filtration system.
The filtration system. Yeah, and like my dad mostly drinks from that, and my mom, I guess, but yeah, he like takes the sink water, and then it goes through the filtration system, and it tastes better because it gets rid of all the bacteria and stuff. And we actually have like a little device that we put in there to make sure if there's no like bacteria in there, whatnot. If it's like 0, then it's good. But like even if it's at like 1 or 2, it's still good. It's like very tiny bits of bacteria, but like.
And even like in towns, don't they have like drink river water in towns where you can't swim in because it's water that we're drinking in the towns and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's my topic. What do you have for your next topic?
This is a really good one. I don't think you've heard this one yet, but I also found out this week, or I saw this like article that said, and this kind of goes into like what we were just talking about a few minutes ago about like drinking and like eating food and stuff like that. McDonald's.
What about McDonald's?
They fucking they have this McDonald's McMigraine hack. It's a McMigraine. It's a hack that includes a large Coca-Cola and an order of large fries, and people, they're saying that their migraine, it goes away if they have that. That's why it's called the McMigraine.
McMigraine. So you put this hat on. It's a hat?
Well, no.
No, what is
It's
it?
the meal.
It's a meal. So it's called a McMigraine. You have this meal. What's the meal consist of?
I just told you.
Oh, I just...
You were zoning out. It's Coca-Cola and an order of large fries.
Okay, so it's...
But that just sounds like a regular ass
That just-
fucking meal, like.
Well, I would have like chicken nuggets in there, but
Well, yeah. But
just a Coca-Cola and fries, and that gets rid of your migraines. I don't think so. When I get
according to this, but I mean,
like headaches and stuff, I gotta just take, like a Motrin or something, and then it goes away within like an hour or 30 minutes or so. But it's McDonald's coming out with a McMigraine. Well, why don't they stop all this stuff? Like, they have the. Speaking of McDonald's, they got a golden McDonald's card, which if you won that like a year ago or a month ago, I don't know, you pretty much got like 2 or 3 free meals within the week every week. Which, if I did somehow, I don't eat McDonald's, but if I somehow did win that, that's sweet. I'd probably just grab a drink from there and some fries maybe, and then just leave and then go there. And it's a free meal. It's kind of a free thing. So, whoever won that was probably a fat ass, but
yeah.
Yeah, but
I wonder, like, I don't know, if we were to just go to McDonald's like after this and be like, you guys know about the McMigraine? But
can we try your McMigraine because we're McMigrated?
Or, I mean, they probably don't know that, and we'll just be like, yo, can we just order a large Coke and large fries, and the next time we have a migraine, but like
it's very hard to get a migraine. Sometimes people just have it as a natural thing, and it sucks to have. And you can also get one for just dehydrating yourself and kind of starving yourself too.
Yeah,
sometimes just occurs. Sometimes it's in your DNA and your genetics. But I have a topic that might blow you away. You ready?
What's that?
You ever heard of a red waterfall?
A red waterfall. I know about like red moons, like blood moons and things, but those are probably not real. But red waterfalls, I've never heard of that. What?
This is a picture of one right here. Look at that, a red waterfall.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Look at that thing, dude. That's crazy. This red waterfall takes place in Antarctica. It's located in Taylor Valley. It's a very unique looking waterfall. I mean, that thing looks pretty sick, doesn't it?
Where is this again?
You just look it up on Google.
I know, but like, where'd you say it was?
This is in Antarctica.
Oh, what the hell?
That'd be something cool to explore and see that, man.
Antarctica has both the Northern Lights and apparently red waterfall.
Wait, no. Alaska has the Northern Lights. This is Antarctica.
Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. Yeah, damn, bro. I'm just.
That looks like a bunch of dead animals died in that river.
No.
But no, that's a natural phenomenon.
I'm blown away. Yeah,
it's not a typical glacier melon waterfall. It's a stream of brine, highly salted water that flows beneath the ice, and the water is red due to the iron-rich brine oxidating when it comes to contact with oxygen. So that's the scientifics behind it. That looks cool. I mean, I think that looks cool. My favorite color is red. And
that's like,
I mean, that just looks like blood.
Dude, yeah, man.
But it's cool. It's very cool. It comes with the white and brown.
This is kind of reminding me of like you remember the Last Jedi where they were on that white like salt planet?
Yes, and every time they swiped the snow, red came up.
It's red, yeah. This is what it's kind of reminding me of.
Yeah, but it's super cool. That's such a cool.
That's
like,
so bizarre.
Exactly. It's so cool, and I found that out, and I thought that was super interesting. And that's why I brought it up here.
Antarctica, bro.
Antarctica.
I don't know why I said Alaska, but I mean.
Yeah, no, Antarctica. Yeah.
That's
super. I kind of want to see that now in person. I think that'd be super cool to see that.
Well, my fucking, I guess like, fun fact or whatever. I don't know if it's gonna come close to that, but I just looked this up, but I don't know if you know about this or not, but did you know that bees can fly higher than Mount Everest.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
Bees can fly higher than Mount Everest? Really? They can fly that high? What type? Is there a certain type of bee for that?
I honestly don't know. I think it just said like, bees can just.
Well, yeah, but
bees can fly higher than Mount Everest.
There's different types. There's like bumblebees. There's honeybees.
Well, I don't know about bumblebees, but I think just like the regular ass bee, like.
Type it in. What types of bees fly higher than Mount Everest? I guess. Try that. Very interesting. We got red waterfalls and flying bees. Not flying bees.
Actually, okay. You know what? Never mind. I was wrong. Bumblebees can theoretically fly higher than Mount Everest.
Bumblebees, those fat fucking bumblebees.
Apparently, yeah.
Those things that somehow can defy the laws of physics and fly above. They got fat bodies and little wings. Those things can fly above Mount Everest. Wow.
You better recite the whole first line from the bee movie,
bees.
According to all known laws of aviation, there's no way that a bee should be able to fly. Motherfucker, it can fly higher than Mount Everest. What?
Yeah. That's crazy. That is kind of crazy. You don't really think about it.
No, you don't.
You also don't think about how what takes to make their hives, how long that takes to even make a beehive.
How did it? Yeah, I've always kind of wondered that myself because you just see them just already there on the tree. You don't actually see the process.
You don't see the process because that takes probably weeks or something.
Yeah.
And I would like to see how they expand. There's only just a certain few, and then a whole bunch of them. Yeah. And they're like baby bees. Is that a thing?
Well, I mean, I think everything starts as a fucking baby. But
but
they have a queen.
Yeah, the queen bee, and I'm sure all the bees go to the queen bee and then make that process happen. But do they lay them in the little hives in the hive? How does that happen? Or is that where the honey is? That's where the honey is where the hives are.
Yeah, I'd have to do more research on that. But
a little more research for that.
In terms of how they are born, I mean, I would assume that they're not fucking mammals, obviously, but I don't know, I think they're probably in some sort of an egg or something. I don't fucking know, but I was wrong. Yeah, bumblebees instead of regular. I don't know. I feel I don't know about regular bees being able to fly higher than Mount Everest, but
not sure about regular bees.
Yeah. And that's what I thought it meant at first, regular bees. But no, I think, it actually is bumblebees that are able to fly higher than Mount Everest.
Regular bees, yeah. Sorry, my phone for some reason wanted to play a song in my car. Good thing I stopped it immediately. We're in my car this time, not Kyle's car last time. We're in my car this time. Yeah. And we're sitting in the back seat because we thought it'd be more comfortable back here. But no bees, man, that's crazy.
Do any other?
My topics were all spoken about right now because the nor'easter kind of just blended in with that.
Yeah. I
was gonna talk about. How badly the nor'easters got. We've had some bad nor'easters here.
Yeah. When was the last one?
Probably last
before
year.
This one.
Probably last year. It might have been last year. I think it's gotten to a point where there was so much rain that you couldn't even see 10 feet in front of you.
No,
it was so much misty.
So foggy.
And misty, yeah. And it's kind of scary. I mean, driving in that, and I'm saying, going on the highway, you're going, 70 or whatever.
Again, going back to my parade that I was at, I thought I was gonna have to drive in the rain. Granted, it wasn't downpouring, but I just don't like driving in rain in general. But luckily, it cleared up, and I was able to go. But I didn't get away from the traffic heading back, but because people are going to the Cape for Labor Day weekend, which is pretty much started right now.
If we rewind a little bit back to when I was talking about when aliens are big mythologies, I can go back to the mythologies part and talk about Greek mythology, Norse mythology. I mean, those are mythologies, yes, but do you believe of those things?
Like Zeus and everything like that?
Zeus, all the gods. Do you think they were once a thing?
Again, I sort of feel those might
Cyclopses.
Well, I don't know about cyclops.
I think a cyclops is based off an elephant's skull or something because it kind of looks like a cyclops eye. Yeah, I think it's something like that.
I feel I don't know. Those are mostly stories also, but I mean, they could just be stories. But
Norse mythology, like Thor. Like, do you think Thor was a person?
well, I
No.
don't think so. I think those are just
But
stories
there are
again.
very interesting stories.
Oh, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. They are interesting stories.
Like Poseidon and, Zeus
The
and
fact that
Helios.
the fact that they're still being told to this day just proves how, like, iconic they are and, like, all that. And that's why, Thor, is in Marvel.
But yeah, Thor is a Norse.
Yeah.
And Greek would be, like Hades.
Mm-hmm.
And Medusa.
Yeah.
Medusa, she's the snake girl.
Yeah, I don't...
And she, like, if you love her or whatever, you stare at her, she freezes you into stone.
Yeah. I get that. I think that's just a story as well.
Mm-hmm.
But,
And Cyclopses, weren't they just guarding temples?
I thought you were going to say, like, they were guarding Medusa, but...
They might have been guarding Medusa's temple.
Cyclopses, I don't remember if they said that about Cyclops, if they, like, guarded, like, temples or whatever.
Mm-hmm. What about Minotaurs? Is that Greek? Minotaurs Greek or Norse?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's all my topic. I mean, do you have any more topics to you about? Or because mine are all spoken about.
I have.
What you got? You got something?
I kind of went and, like, I didn't go down the line. I just went, like, I went from, like, that to that. But I think that the first thing that I wrote down was actually in relation to the last parade that I was at last weekend, which was in Wellesley. You know Wellesley?
Wellesley, where's that?
That's again, that's also, I think, well, it's not, I was gonna say outside of Boston, but, like, you don't even need to go into Boston. You just, like, take the turn left. You don't even go straight into Boston, but, like, it's a little bit in Western Mass. Not that far though. But when I got there, I got to a traffic light that was just, it had a red arrow on there, right? Okay. It was red. And I was sitting there. The other light that it was next to, it was working. But this fucking red traffic light, it was just staying red. And I was just sitting there going, like, okay, when is this going to turn red? Like, this is...
When is it going to turn green?
Oh, yeah, sorry, my bad. When's it going to turn red?
I'm waiting for it to turn red.
I'm colorblind, no. But, I was like, when is this going to turn green? And then it just doesn't turn green. And I was, like, sitting there. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think that light might have been broken. If I had stayed there for longer, I would have said, like, this traffic light is, like, a longer traffic light than the light that's near AMC's in Braintree.
Okay, yeah.
But this light, like, it just wasn't turning green. I was just sitting there, and I was like, okay, the next time that the light next to it turns green, I'm just gonna go over there.
Go that way.
Yeah, and I was kind of getting, like, pissed off at it. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
A little bit of road rage over there.
But
an earlier question, remember when I was saying, like, around the 400 dog breeds? I had another question I forgot I throw in there. So if you you were living in your own house or apartment,
yep,
and you didn't have a dog, and if you wanted to get a dog and you could afford a dog, what kind of dog would you get?
What kind of dog?
You didn't have Buddy. You know, he's at the house. You just get your own house.
This was a long time ago that I thought about this, but, like, I said, like, I forget what the dog breed is called, but, like, it's a white fluffy dog. I don't know.
Try looking up.
I don't know if I still have a picture of it. I probably do, but, like, I just remember.
There's a lot of white fluffy dogs.
But yeah, again, like,
is it like a?
It's not a husky.
It begins with an S. It's like a something.
You're thinking of, like, a Shih Tzu?
Is it a Shih Tzu? No,
it's something else.
I mean, I'll answer that question. So if I was in my own apartment or house and I wanted to get a dog and I could afford a dog, I would probably personally either get a husky or a chocolate lab, because in my past childhood, I my grandparents had a chocolate lab, and I just fell in love with it. I love chocolate labs. I have a yellow lab, which is super awesome. I love my dog. His name's Seamus.
Yeah.
The dog's name is Seamus. And I think I already said that earlier.
Yeah,
but,
I think I found the dog. It's called a Samoyed.
I knew it began with an S.
I was thinking of like a Shih Tzu. You know Shih Tzus?
Yeah.
They're smaller. But
Okay,
like this
so yeah,
one,
they're called a Samoyed.
yeah, Samoyed.
A Samoyed.
Again, they're white and fluffy, very fluffy dog. Fluffier than my dog, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But,
they look very pettable.
Yeah, but
Pet them for like an hour. Yeah, they. Would
Right.
you get a boy or a girl?
I don't know.
Depending on
Maybe I don't know. Probably like another boy because like if I got a girl, then I don't know. Like if I'd
You
want
got to get the diapers for them or whatever.
for periods and
Yeah, the
stuff.
period
Right?
diapers, yeah.
I don't want to do that,
Yeah.
but I don't want a boy. I don't know what I'd call him though, but I'm think of something. But
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd get a chocolate lab because I love chocolate labs.
yeah.
I think they're awesome.
All right, so
But well,
I think we should call it here, man.
call it here. All right. Thank you guys for listening to What
The
Fuck.
Make sure to tune in every Saturday for more episodes. Return to next Saturday for episode 3. And anything you gotta say?
Yeah. Thank you guys very much for listening.
Thank you guys for listening. Also, yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Peace out.